If you're dealing with a soft tissue injury like a muscle strain, an ankle sprain, a tendinopathy, plantar fasciitis, or something else of the like, you may have heard or tried the acronym RICE. However, most of us now know that RICE is old news. Soft tissue injuries need peace and love. Recovery is more about just controlling your inflammation. It's about optimizing healing and getting back to doing what you want to do. So let's break down peace and love. In the acute phase of your healing, you want to practice peace. P is for protect. Avoid aggravating the injury, but don't overrest. E is for elevate. Promote a reduction in edema or fluid accumulation in the injured area. A is for avoid anti-inflammatory medications and things like ice that might interfere with your body's natural healing processes. C is for compression to help manage the swelling. And lastly, E is for education. While passive therapies like manual therapy, acupuncture, or thermal modalities like heat and ice can temporarily reduce your pain, a more active approach like a graded exposure to exercise and movement are going to be far more beneficial for you long term. Now let's move on to the recovery phase. Here you want to practice love. L stands for load progressively. Introduce stress to tissue to build that tissue tolerance and capacity and promote repair and remodeling. O is for optimism. Barriers to our healing can include things like catastrophizing about it, having depression, fear, or negative beliefs around our injury and our bodies. It's important to stay realistic, but also optimistic to enhance your chances of an optimal recovery. V is for vascularization. Musculoskeletal injury management should include pain-free aerobic activity that promotes blood flow, reductions in pain, improvements in mood, and enhances overall recovery. And lastly, the E here is for exercise. You want to restore mobility, strength, proprioception, and overall function. Now, you might have noticed that both heat and ice are not a part of this peace and love acronym, but it doesn't mean that they don't have a role in your healing. Ice or cryotherapy can provide short-term pain relief by slowing down nerve conduction velocity and may help manage your symptoms in the acute phase of an injury. However, a lot of evidence suggests that its primary benefit is, in fact, your symptom modulation and not actually accelerated healing. Heat can improve blood flow, tissue extensibility, and muscular relaxation, making movement and exercise feel more comfortable, particularly in chronic and stiff conditions. But neither heat or ice appears to significantly speed tissue healing. So both can be helpful, but practicing this peace and love acronym includes a more complete framework on education, movement, loading, and exercise to support recovery and healing. So if you have any questions, drop them below.